This is Bitcoin's step line chart. As soon as it got to this point back in 2019, it crashed by more than 50%. Is that about to happen to Bitcoin? Let's take a deeper look. Are you tired of being in the rat race? Do you want multiple streams of income? Do you want more free time to do the things you actually like? Time is about to expire and you are about to miss out. $19,000 of value for only $91 a month. You need as little as 5 minutes per week to change your life. Here's what you're gonna get when you sign up. You're gonna make way more money trading and investing. You're gonna have multiple streams of income. You're gonna get out of the rat race. You're going to have way more free time to do the things you actually like. And by the way, you can cancel at any time. It's a no-brainer. Go to CryptoCrewUniversity.com. The clock is ticking. Don't miss out. Click on this box right here. That's the most value and the most popular. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Now, let's jump back in. We're on the 2-week chart. We're on the Bitcoin US dollar index. And what we've done is we went over here to our step line. Now, the normal line chart connects these 2 points with a straight line, whereas the line chart connects these lines, these dots, these data points with vertical and horizontal line, making it look like sort of a stair step, a staircase. There's a distinct advantage to using the step line versus the line chart versus candles. But the step line, the advantage is simple. In a line chart, a traditional line chart, you can clearly see these bigger trends, whereas the step line puts more emphasis on times in the market where the market is silent, and it puts even more emphasis and magnitude when the charts really shift from one price to another in a large way. You can see it more clearly in a step line chart. It draws more emphasis. So when we take that information and we're looking at it, we're at a point in the cycle right now where we're about 50% below our prior cycle top. This was the same situation we were in 2019, about 40 to 50% below our prior cycle top. When we were here, we were met with heavy resistance. Where are we present day? Heavy resistance. Why? Market structure. Look at the market structure from here on Bitcoin step line. Data point here, data point here. That's exactly the resistance we're at. In 2019, it was similar. Look at this market structure here. That's exactly where we saw some resistance. The next step in this equation in 2019 was a 50% collapse because we could not overtake this resistance. It took us about 500 days to record prices over this area and hold it as support. Are we going to be 500 days from now and still battling this exact level and in the midst have a 50% drop, or are we on a new cycle as told by the Bitcoin step line, something nobody are paying attention to? Now, let's take a deeper dive. We will look at a different cycle, including this one here back in 2015. Now, phase 1 of the bull was back here at this market structure, right? This was the support zone, which turned into our resistance zone here for phase 1 of the market. Now, what we didn't do in 2019 was to hold this resistance zone as support. It took us about 500 days to do so. That's why we didn't enter phase 2 of the bull until 500 days later. What we did in 2015 was this was our resistance zone, and we moved into phase 2 holding that zone as support. That's what we're in right now. Are we going to be able to hold this zone, which is at about 30K? Are we going to be able to hold that as support in the coming months? Or are we going to be multiple hundreds of days and the start of our collapse, the start of our downfall back to retest our base, which we did in 2019? You can clearly see this structure when we lay it out like this. Prior cycle high, resistance zone, downfall. Prior cycle high, resistance zone. What is Bitcoin going to do? Special gift. I'm going to give a special gift to the first 10 people who hear this and sign up. Your time starts now. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Now, when we use this step line, we can understand that it creates sort of like staircases. We can understand when the market actually moves sideways that it's quiet. We can clearly see it here. And when the market takes a huge move, we can see it more clearly with the step line as opposed to our line chart or candlesticks. You can use that to our advantage in deciding what Bitcoin is getting ready to do. One thing that I don't like is we had our pivot low here back in June. We have a lower pivot low here in August, right at the the end of August. That's one thing I do not like. Another thing is we have a clear resistance zone that is heavy. It's been heavy for many, many years dating back to 2020. So our resistance zone is heavy. We've created a lower low and we're looking at one level and one level only. That's this white line here. This white line is currently at 24,000. And with our Bitcoin step line, we can use that information to our advantage. You can see this market structure here, resistance, resistance, resistance. You can see this market structure here, resistance all the way back to August of 22. And you can see it starting back as early as December of 20. Resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. Right now, it's our support because we broke through resistance back in March of 2023, and that's our support now. So we have resistance above our head at about 30, 31. We have support below us at about 24. And right now, we have created a recent pivot low. So the market, by definition, is trending lower. We do have resistance. We're going to look to this 24 area, and it's likely that Bitcoin over the coming months will have to confirm this 24 area as support. And that's where the big test is going to come in, and we're going to get huge information on this Bitcoin step line as to how this is going to play out. But let's make one thing clear. If Bitcoin is somehow able to hold this 3031 as support, we will avoid any chance of a 50% crash. If Bitcoin gets to this line of 24 and falls through it, we're in the midst of this kind of move in 2019, which is the start of a 50% downfall to retest our base. And it all comes down to this line and this line. Are we going to break above 3031 and go into phase 2 of the bull? Or are we going to break down this 24 area, which is supposed to be our support, and we're going to prove it to be our resistance and be in the midst of a 50% crash to go down to retest our base? Still to be determined. We have to study more charts. Hit that subscribe button. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com before it's too late. There's only a few hours left. Go there right now. Sign up before it's too late. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. I want to have you earn 5 times more. There's mini courses, form alerts, trade alerts, live videos. My courses have the largest discount right now, but only for a limited time. Our courses have changed so many lives.
I experienced my first big winning trades, over 100% gain.
I have learned to turn off my emotions and be patient and gave me direction for my business activities.
They give you the approach to deal with everything.
If you're not sure whether you should do it or not, I highly recommend that you do.
This is your transformation. You're going to turn it all around starting right now. CryptoCrewUniversity.com.